So, and you don't take responsibility on it.
Yes.
So that's something you might need to explain, because if you are the one who printed 50 kgs, you might need to tell us why it did not get to 50 kgs. Lastly, we know fertilizer is a bit, I think the chairman has a better name in terms of that ability to absorb water from the environment. What do we call chair?
Moisture.
Yeah?
Moisture.
No, ile kuabsorb. So I think you are aware that most fertilizer have that affinity to absorb moisture from the air, and that is why the lining of the packaging is usually there in terms of the bolting. But we noted that yours didn't have that lining. What were the reasons? Thank you.
Very much for giving me this opportunity. Mine is very simple, 3 or 4 questions. First, some have been asked, I don't want to repeat again, but I want to ask, do you ever encountered or had any business dealings with MEMS distributors? Do you know them? Have they ever dealt with you regarding even any other product? Number 2, when did you start manufacturing branded packages for fertilizer? Is it your first time, or you have been doing this for long? Number 3, do you have the go-ahead and the test from KEPS to give you the certification to produce those bags and the standard required? I have seen you have said Kale Chemicals Limited approached you in December around 2023. Before then, were you also doing something for them, or it was your first time again to manufacture any branded bags for them? Lastly, the numbers that Kale Chemicals have testified in front of this committee, and the numbers you have said today you have supplied are not adding up, as my colleague said. And in your remarks on the Schedule 1, on all the schedules, you have said all the goods were delivered to Kale Chemicals Thika factory with a marginal excess or less supply of at most plus or minus 5%, which means you are not 100% sure of how many bags you have supplied to Kale Chemicals. If that is true, then I think what you are giving this committee might not be factual, but an estimate. Lastly, we are here just to serve the people of Kenya and to find out who is saying the truth and who supplied the fake fertilizer. The bags that are in circulation, which has been exposed to have fake fertilizers, were manufactured by Supreme Packaging Limited. The bags. The content, you said your content you're not responsible, but you are responsible on the packages. And you said the only person you have dealt with is Kale Chemicals, not any other person. So, can you clarify, or have you in any way, when you have seen there was a lot of media outcry about the fake fertilizer, did your company did a spot check on whether your bags, the bags that have been discussed in the media, were yours or was manufactured by someone else? Thank you. Or did you do what effort have you ever done to ascertain or exonerate yourself from that kind of mix-up?
Yes. Are you through writing? You okay? Okay. My question is this. During the production of these bags, and assuming that you have your specific way of branding, specific way of labeling the bags, just assuming somebody else out there, this is an assumption, somebody else out there went and manufactured maybe 50,000 bags with your insignia, with your branding, with your artwork. How would you be able to distinguish that these are not mine, now that you're in that business? Is it by batch number? Is it by just looking at the nature of the artwork? How would you be able to know that somebody else is not manufacturing your type of artwork that you're delivering to your client, who is supposed to be Kel Chemicals? Because at the crux of this is the crux of the matter, that if there were extra bags out there and they were loaded with soil and any other things, the blame will still come to you. So how would you actually distinguish yourselves, your product, from any other that could be going around?
Okay, with regards to also that one, whatever, were you able to also do bags for other fertilizers that are under subsidy program? Is there any that you are doing for the fertilizer? Have you been contracted to do or to produce bags for some fertilizers which are under subsidy program at the moment? Any other apart from Kel Grid or Kel Chemical?
Actually, for now, is only the Kel Chemical, but now the brand are 3 different brands. From the LPO, you will get, we have different brands that, there are 2 different brands. For under subsidy, we have NPK 916, 6 and NPK 1026. So under subsidy, then there's also Kenforce plus 50, but just is under GOK. So we can't tell if it was under subsidy, but these 2, they are under subsidy. So as it stands, we only supply to Kel Chemicals the bags that are under subsidy, and no any other entity.
What about outside the subsidy program? Were you able to do bags for GPC, organic fertilizer, or any other apart from the subsidized one? Did anybody order bags for any other fertilizer apart from the subsidy one?
Yes, we do.
You are
for
doing
for other companies.
For which one? Which one and which one maybe?
No, we are doing like Interagro. We are doing for Yara Africa, 1 Acre Fund. We are doing for them fertilizer bags. But they are not under subsidy. Yeah.
Allow me to indulge a bit, because now we will lose everything.
Yeah, sure.
Please answer starting from this gentleman, this honorable member, all the way back to the chair, vice chair.
Maybe to have confirmed from the records, it is 69,579. Ile alisema wali supply, and then they had extra 2,500 empty bags.
Through chair, the first question was about the excess bags. In this case, we are not able to give, as in to reconcile our bags, what we supply to Kel Chemicals with the figure they are giving, since we cannot tell, apart from us, if they are able to get bags from any other entity. So what we have stated here, it's what we supplied to Kel Chemicals Limited as far as the subsidy program is concerned. The second question was about the
Can you repeat the second question, please?
there was another question about the production experience. Supreme Packaging LLP, as much as it was started, it was registered in the year 2020. There was a parent company called Supreme Polypack Kenya Limited, which was in this business since 2014. And because of the need of expansion, the company was taken over by Supreme Packaging Limited. So from the LLP, so from the experience point, we can't say that Supreme as a production unit has only 2 to 3 to 4 years experience. You can see this experience has to almost 10 years. But now the entity might look somehow new, but the experience and the investment behind it is able to take up this kind of production. Then another question was about any other sales apart from chemical. Indeed, under this program, we only sold, under these bags, we only sold to Kel Chemicals Limited. There was an issue with the liner. Actually, we have just come with samples of our bags. You will find, because you talked of the moisture absorption, there is 2 options. The bag can be laminated and the bag can be inserted a liner. It is upon the customer to determine, because with us, we advise the customer. So the customer chose the option of laminating instead of inserting liner. And also, for us to put the liner, we are not certified by NEMA. It's upon the customer to get an approval from NEMA before we can insert for them the liners in those bags. So in this case, Kel Chemicals opted for laminated bags and not liner bags. And that was at discretion of the customer.
Do you have samples for the laminated
Yes.
and linear? Maybe can we be able to see?
Those with the liners.
And you jump to the issue of caps.
Just as we check on the bags,
This is the laminated one.
yes.
Now, where is the lamination? Is it on the outside or the inside?
Maybe let my boss show you.
Outside. Lamination is outside.
Yeah. This
Use-
the transparent kind of.
Yeah.
This is the lamination.
Yes.
So it means it cannot let in air.
Yes.
Yeah.
For if you put in a hygroscopic substance, it cannot absorb water from the atmosphere.
Yes.
Okay.
And now the one with the liner, you'll find a polythene inside. But now, given we are requested the sample for the bags under the investigation, we came with the one we provided to Kel Chemicals.
Let me ask you, what is the logic of liner vis-a-vis lamination? Is lamination cheaper than using liner, or because liner would be more durable? Or is
Yeah.
it because it is a subsidy and therefore it's being distributed quite fast, so you don't need the liners?
No, a liner is actually is a bit expensive than the laminated one. But I think Kel Chemical don't have the certificate from the NEMA which he can use the liner. So also somebody's asked that we are doing another business with the Kel Chemicals. So we are also printing some of the bags for the Kel Chemicals. So we keep in touch with more than 2 years. So they don't have, I think, the NEMA approval for the liner.
Also, it's lack of NEMA approval for a liner.
I think because for the liner must be need the NEMA approval for the manufacturer of the liner and also for the users, not the manufacturer who is manufacturing the bags.
This NEMA approval has to do with the use of plastics or what?
Actually, for NEMA, because the polythene was banned, so for industrial use, you have to get approval because of the ban that was there under plastic. So for you to use the liner, there's some standards you have to meet. And in that case, with us, as the manufacturer of the bags, for us to put the liner inside the bag, the customer must give us that letter from NEMA. So in this case, Kel Chemicals did not have that authorization. And that's why they opted for this.
But the material is not biodegradable. Are you saying the liner is biodegradable? And even if it is, the material that has made this bag is also not biodegradable. So, I don't know. Anyway, those are details we can follow up with.
That's why it's for industrial use. And there is because of the standards, because you have to write on as for the recycling purpose, when to recall these bags. So there is procedures followed if you are approved to use these bags.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chair, can I ask something regarding this? When MD, you said KEPS, you don't get certification from KEPS, right? But your bag is branded KEPS certified.
Just to answer your question, KEBS, for us to manufacture these bags, we have the certification from KEBS. But KEBS certification in this case is for the content. That was for Kel Chemical product, certification of their product, not for us.
But for manufacturing of these bags,
Yes,
we have
certification.
certification.
Yes.
Number 2, you have given us bags here. But there is no difference because we thought you will give us 2 types of bags. One laminated and the other one not laminated. So, is this the ones you produced for Kel Chemicals?
Yes, through chair.
So can we see the other? Do you have a sample of the other type of the bag that they did not wanted you to produce?
Just
the laminated one.
Yeah, these are the laminated ones that we supply to them. But the other one, the only difference is it won't have lamination. Coated is more of a coating on top, and it will have instead a polythene inside. That's the only difference. But given we do not supply to them that...
Do you have a sample?
We can avail, but we don't have it here.
Okay.
Yes. Products we manufacture, we have certification, and if need be, we can provide the certificates on the same. Now, there was a question on discrepancies between delivered goods by Supreme Packaging and the number of bags supplied to NEMS distributors, of which through chair it was stated around 69,549, that's after correction, against our 68,126 pieces that were supplied. Again, as we have stated what we supplied to Kel Chemicals. So it's very hard for us to reconcile the difference since we can only give the facts on what we supplied. So any excess, we are not in a position to explain, since once we deliver the goods, we can't know the number of goods in store of Kel Chemicals. And even we can't tell maybe if they're procured somewhere else. The The same question on
I
the
think we need to correct the figure. The figure is 69,670.
or 670.
670, yes. The one, that's the match they told us that they are already sold out, they are already
Yeah.
distributed under the subsidy program.
So in that case, us we only supplied 68,126. So the difference we can't tell where they gotten the excess bags. So it will be very hard on our side to give the reconciliation on that. I think the same question, the second question was touching on the number of bags. So I believe question 1 and 2 by the second member, they are interlinked. Again, the third question on the CAB standardization. As I had stated earlier, we have the certification of all the products we manufacture. And in that case, if need be, we can give those certificates. The fourth question was the number again not adding up. Whereby the number of printed bags not adding up. And actually in the market, because the member asked about if we have any other manufacturers of these bags. When you check on the CAB certification, most of the contributors of this standard were the local manufacturers. So you will find most of these bags across board are more of the same. So it might be very hard to differentiate your bag with others because of the standard. The fifth question was about the lining. Again, I think that one was dealt with, whereby we gave an option of laminated versus the liner, and the customer opted for a laminated bag. The third member asked about our encounter with MEMS Distributors Limited. Actually, we have never met any agent, officer, or representative from MEMS or dealt with in any business of supply of any bags, even apart from the one under investigation. So in that case, we are the only time, I think also maybe you might want to know if you have heard about MEMS in that question. Actually on around 21st March, that's when the name MEMS Distributors was introduced in our conversation, whereby we were contacted by Kel Chemicals requesting for us to do an amendment on the artwork and add there distributed by MEMS Chemicals, sorry, by MEMS Distributors.
21st
But that was 21st March. But unfortunately, we could not finalize on that, and that artwork was not made. So we were not able to print any bags with the MEMS Distributors because that proposal did not materialize. So you'll find these bags, these were the initial approved artwork, there was no MEMS Distributors. But they had a suggestion on 21st March. But again, that matter died a natural death because they could not confirm for us on the way forward on the same.
Was a suggestion that you manufacture what?
Kel Chemicals requested for if we could add MEM Distributors on the bag as the distributor. Mm-hmm. Because that was on 21st March. Because when we check those bags, there's no MEMS Distributor. So that topic was introduced in March 21st. But they could not, we could not proceed because they did not confirm to us afterwards.
So in your communications,
yes,
this artwork was originating from MEMS, I mean from Kel Chemicals, or forwarded to you from
yes.
MEMS through Kel Chemicals?
Yeah, we are getting communication from Kel Chemicals.
So you have never interacted, or you don't know MEMS?
Yes, we don't know them.
They have never ordered anything from you?
Yes.
There is something on this bag. Mm-hmm. Now, if you went to the market, would you be able to distinguish a bag that you have not manufactured, which is bearing the same kind of artwork, the whole of all this inscription, the description of the fertilizer, the content, the analysis, the target, and so on, and NCPB, and would you be able to know to say this bag we manufactured and this one we did not manufacture?
Actually, it's very hard to differentiate because you'll find that these bags are of the same standard. Maybe if you go in terms of grammage, of which it has to be
Even printing. Batch number and all these printings.
because you can't tell from physical view unless you go and check in terms of heaviness to determine what you supply to a particular customer versus what has been provided to you. But from physical observation, it's very hard to differentiate if everything is the same.
Let me know something. Where do you get the material from yourselves?
Our material are
the
mostly
raw materials to manufacture the bag.
they're imported from Saudi Arabia.
From one source?
No.
Or they can be from any other
Different.
source? Is this a standard material?
Yes.
Does it have a name?
Yes.
What's the name of this material?
PP raffia.
Huh?
It is raffia.
Raffia.
Yes.
How do you write that?
Just write PP raffia. RAFI.
F-I.
Yes.
Raffia. Raffia.
IA.
Raffia.
Yes.
PP Raffia. This is a brand name or the...
Now that's the product.
This is the product?
Yes.
Is it universal? Universally known as PP
No.
Raffia?
No, but
What's the universal? This is a polysaccharide. It's a polythene. It has a chemical formula.
yes.
Do you know the chemical formula?
Yeah.
This is actually made by polypropylene raffia.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and for the laminated, we use LDPE with the PP polypropylene raffia with the higher MFI grade.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So this the raw material is available for anybody who wishes to buy. In other words,
it
it's easily available.
it is also available in local market, but we are importing.
So you are importing,
Yeah.
but it's available.
Available
If somebody
in the
wanted
market.
to, if somebody
easily.
wanted to manufacture bags, they can
Yeah.
without any problem. Okay, then you mentioned that was introducing MEMS to you.
Yes.
Was it in writing?
No. It was just telephone conversation.
Who called who?
It was Care Chemicals Management who contacted
Management
us.
of Kel Chemicals has names. Who called
Might
who?
be Devas Patel.
Who called who? Who was called from?
Actually, it's not called, but he sent the message with the some writing that we have to add the name to the MEM as a distributor.
Who sent the message?
Mr. Devas Patel.
Mr. Patel
Yeah.
sent a message to
Yeah.
you?
No, it's not to me, but our salesperson. So if you want also, we can reference.
This message was in form of what? A text message?
No, it is WhatsApp message. They
WhatsApp.
say they want to change in the printing something, then they want to add the MEM. What is that? MEM distributor. They want to be added there, but in 1-2 days the story was ended. The no further any process was done.
No, but did they come back to say that we withdraw our request, our proposal?
No.
Then why did you decide it is done with?
Actually,
Yeah.
just to pick up from there,
Yeah.
if it was to be done, once they were to finalize, we were to send them an artwork where that MEM distributors was to appear for them to approve before now we take up the task.
Did you generate the artwork yourselves?
No, because they did not give the details. They just gave the name, and you can't just say distributor MEM distributors. You must give their.
And in any case, do you do the artwork or they do the artwork?
No, artwork we're the one who are doing through outsourcing.
So you did this artwork?
Yes. No,
I
they
thought you
provided
said-
to that work, but you see we have amendments. Of
So
which-
whenever there is an amendment, you outsource. You look for someone to do it, then you charge them. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you are not able to earn MEMS.
Yes.
Chairman,
Yeah.
a point of clarification.
Please.
MEMS were going to be added on this particular artwork of yours. Here it says distributed by National Cereals and Produce Board. what would have happened now? Would there be two, or it would be one sole distributor called MEMS?
Actually, that's why we were waiting for further clarification from KEL Chemicals, of which they did not confirm. So even on our side, we could not tell the description, how it was going to appear versus what is already there.
Maybe, Chair, they didn't answer on the issue of caps. Or maybe the clerk can read them what was the outcome from the caps. That part of the what they were questioning on this fertilizer is the packaging was not as per the standard they had approved.
Actually, on the caps, we are not aware that our bags didn't meet the standard. But we have a certification plus the report on the same that our bags meet the standard. So the report the honorable member is talking about, we are not aware.
Proceed. What did you say?
The report, the member was talking about our bag not meeting the standard. We are not aware.
So, you were given an order and you produced 68,000. Were you told not to produce?
Actually, that's why on 16 they just told us, on 16 March, they just informed us to hold on.
16th of March?
Yeah. So you see, in that case, they just told us, supply us the bags that were ready under that brand of NPK 1026, then hold on further production, but we proceed with the other brands. But until now, they are yet to confirm for us to proceed with the other remaining bags.
The order is still in force.
Pardon?
The order is still in force, isn't it? Have you been paid?
The order.
The order is still on, isn't it? As far as you're concerned.
If they say we proceed, we proceed.
Are you saying you've not had any communication from them as at now?
On the same.
On the same?
No, they have never communicated anything.
Have you been reading the papers or watching the news?
We do.
You know what has been happening?
Yes.
As a company, have you ever inquired what the issues? I mean,
yeah, that's why, because of the issue that is going on, because again they were suspended from production of the same brand. So we believe that could be the reason, because again we are still supplying to them other bags.
So have they paid you?
Yes.
For the 85,000?
No, you see, our terms of payment is 120 days.
So you have not yet gone through? So it's not yet 120 days since you stopped supplying. That was in March.
Actually, the first supply was in Feb.
It was in February.
Yeah.
120 days is 4 months down the line, isn't it? Yeah, it was February. It was supplying 23,307, 24,376. Now, does it worry you at all?
It does.
But have you contacted them to find out what is happening?
Actually, we asked them when they told us to proceed with other brands. They were like, because the brand under question, they were stopped from proceeding with production. So in that case, whatever roles that were ready, we used them in other brands. So at the end, in our situation, because we still supply to them other bags apart from the one under subsidy, we can still compensate on that.
So you can, this information is who feels this information?
The manufacturer of fertilizer bag.
But you're
the manufacturer of fertilizer, now the content.
You are the one who has decided to put that information there?
No, that was as per the artwork.
Or the artwork
gave so
that little space?
Yeah. So what happened? They are the one to write the batch numbers and those other details.
Because the space left, the space there is too small. I don't know whether they believe their batch numbers are 3 or 4 digits, because it can't go more than, it can actually even go by the size of the designed.
Maybe they are using autogun to print.
They're using what?
There may be a gun. There's a gun
Oh,
for
they
printing.
can shoot you. Okay. Okay. And do you have any other questions for them, please, members? Okay, I think. Yeah, we will release you for the time being, but we will request that we will call you back for any reason you shouldn't be available.
Thank you,
Even
Chair.
as we continue with this. Thank you very much.